noisy pelt as well. And the fishhook is very nice. Is it better than no reroll? I think potentially the fishhook item is better. It may also allow us to start out with a pack rat, so we will choose no. We're going to look for rerolls because we don't have any boss rares, so we're going to need only the best cards. And off we go. I hope you all are doing well. I still have a bit of a cough from when I was sick. Okay, so let's see. We have 2 items here, which is great. So we could go and get a pack rat right away. And I think that is honestly not a bad idea for us. Getting an insect totem would also be really nice. We have a lot of good choices here. It's a tough one. Let's start here, and if we get some really good insect or something, then maybe we will divert. Okay, we have 2 goated insects. The cockroach and the ringworm. Even the beehive is kind of goated. I really like to do the beehive with something like Undying or something that just helps you get more stuff. Skink is also really good for that. I'm not going to take the ringworm. I'm going to take cockroach, and the beehive makes me feel bad, but I think we gotta do it. And I think we are going to try and get an insect totem head or something better. This is trash. Let's see what we have here. Literally only insects. So this is trash. This is grief even. I don't even think I want this. And it's gonna make me put an insect head on that if I have it, so yeah, we'll take that, I guess. And continue on our way. So far it is a inauspicious start. Let's see where we want to go to start out here. We'll throw down our squirrel, and we can we can put down a skunk. That honestly is fine. We don't get any damage out this turn, but it does allow us to avoid 1 damage from the sparrow, as well as on the next turn, avoid 1 damage. So we'll throw that here. It looks like that will push left, then that will push left, so I can put this ant here and get 1 point of damage out and take 1 point of damage. And then I will sacrifice my skunk bosses and try to buff up our skunk for a later mycologist. I think we stick with the insect head plan. Insect quest, let's go. Alright, we have no insect head, but we do have this flying wolf now. Flying is okay, especially if we can make all of our insects flying. We're not going to the trapper. We're instead just going to continue on. We may want to get a pack rat. We'll see how this goes. I'm worried my hand is just gonna get full of skunks, which is not an ideal scenario for us. Alright, let's throw the ant down there. And ding dong. This is going to be tough. I do not like having the alpha coming in here. I don't think I have a way of... I'm trying to think what I actually can do on this turn, and the answer is probably very little. I could sacrifice my squirrel bottle, but I really don't want to, unless I absolutely have to. So instead, I think I'm just going to jump block with this squirrel, and that will... Oh, do you know what? I'm not thinking properly. I thought this was the... What is that called? Corpse worms, or whatever it is. That is not going to do what I need it to. It does not come onto the field. So we are actually going to have to sacrifice both of these to take out the wolf cub before it transforms. We'll take 1 damage there. That's quite alright. And we have 3 bones, so not quite enough yet, but soon we will be able to get this worker ant out, and we can block 1 additional damage with the cockroach, which will just come back to our hand. Is it worth it for me to deal 1 point of damage instead? This turn, I want to believe that this is the right call. Now the wolf cub will come in and take out this cockroach, but it will come back to me. Now there's nothing I need to do to deliver the victory here, so I will not. And on we go to the next round. I am thinking that I will, in fact, travel here to get a pack rat. And if we are able, I would love to put the pack rat onto my beehive, because I believe that will spawn additional items. Now, none of these are very good. The alpha is okay, but I don't have a great way of generating bones. And in fact, I already have the cockroach, but I suppose my hope is that the cockroach will find its way onto something else soon. Cockroach on beehive is actually even better. Let us go ahead and grab this alpha. I actually just don't know. I think it is a fine card. I do not think it is great. With our current totem, it is flying though, so maybe that's the only omen we need. And we'll take that with us. Look at this. We have a sacrifice stone ahead, so we will be able to make a card better. I cannot allow you to take is doing nothing for us either. So, we'll just get rid of that skunk and get 1 damage going over the stump. And let us see next. We have our alpha. It is flying, so we can just put it here and deal 4 damage, plus 1 over the top. Oh, I'm so sorry, it doesn't make the pack rat flying. It only makes itself flying. Well, I'm glad I didn't have that misconception in a more high-stakes round. Elk, Cuckoo, Mantis. Oh, good lord. Cuckoo and Mantis are both incredible, incredible cards. I don't have anything that I want to put Mantis onto, but Mantis on its own is good enough. Okay, what shall we sacrifice then? I would like to put the cockroach onto the beehive so that we have undying bees. I think it's super good, but let's see if there's not a better option for us. I mean, pack rat onto something is also good, but pack rat on its own is a fine enough card that I think we're good for this round to do it. This, however, is going to be very important for us in the future, is having this undying beehive. And that should make our bees undying, if I'm recalling the mechanic. It's been a while since I played this game. If you all like this game, make sure you let me know in the comment. We did it, guys. We got our insect head, and now all of our insects will be flying. So that adventure was worthwhile. We got an extra wolf head, but didn't matter. Okay, and our first boss is the Prospector, the toughest boss. I'm wondering what we ought to do vis-a-vis the mule. Obviously, the mule is very good. Obviously. Let's see, we can throw down, well, nothing's going to actually hit it because it's flying, which is sort of a bummer, huh? Do we want the ant queen out now? I think maybe we do. Oops. It says no, but you can't play your squirrel. We'll go ahead and drop the queen down there. This will get turned into gold later, but we're not that worried about it right now. We've dealt 1 damage, and we will deal another damage here in a moment. Let's get a... Should we get a card, or should we get... I mean, we have 4 of these bones. If we draw our alpha, that could help us to take down this pack mule. Let's go for it. I don't think we're in any real danger yet. Actually, no, we're totally fine. So, we got our pack rat, which is a very nice card. Nothing we need to do for this turn yet. Oh, yes, of course the ant queen will not kill the coyote because it is flying. Another miscalculation on my part. Ah, well, let us throw down this boulder here. And just continue, we'll play this out a little slower. As long as we can. Our mantis is once again flying, so it will not actually help us to take out any creatures. Our pack rat, however, would, so let's see if there is a play. I think next turn we will pick up a what is that called? This is 1 less power. So the skunk could sit for a while there against the coyote, and in fact we will let it. We can draw 1 skunk, or 1 squirrel rather, and we can sacrifice it to begin breaking down this pack mule. We're up 1, however, this coyote's damage next turn. Let's see what's on the scales. We can take 4 damage and be okay, but I would rather not put myself in that position if I can help it. So we're just going to try and draw this out a bit until the pack mule pops. So that is our turn. Now the pack mule will pop this turn, which is good for us. However, we don't have a lot else going on. If we draw the alpha here, then we're golden, but otherwise we cannot take 5 damage. So I will need to throw in another chump blocker here. And I think the one that I should choose will be the... see, if I throw the ant out, I will deal 1 damage and I will take 3. So that puts us at a net 2, which is still fine. I would like to save the mantis for the second round if I can. So we will put this right here and get our cards from the pack mule. We have our own alpha now, which is excellent. And let's see what we need to do here. We got an extra squirrel, and we got this alpha. That will deal 3 damage, and I will take 3 damage. If my math is right, should I just drop the alpha out there? And I think I will just drop the alpha out there. We have our beehive, incredible. That would also be a very good jump blocker for us. In fact, I think I want to go ahead and do that. So we will put the beehive here, and the beehive will actually deal 1 damage now. And voila, we have 2 undying bees, which are incredible jump blockers. And now I don't think we have to worry about anything else for the rest of this round. Now we are taking damage each turn. If I drop this bee here, it will deal 2 damage over the top, and that will be 4 damage over the top, so that is 6, which means I will only have 1 space left to play once these get turned into gold, which could be okay, but ideally would not be the case. Let's, have I drawn? Yes, 1 card per turn, don't get greedy. The other thing is we are facing starvation soon. So I think if I have 1 bee damage over the top, that's 5 total damage. The bee will get sent back to my hand, however, which is good. And we're not gonna waste too much more time doing this. Do you know, actually, I could drop down this river snapper. No, I think it would take too long. We are already having a bit of trouble as it is. So let's trigger the second phase here. There's gold and then there are cards. And the bees come back to us. I've struck gold. Now the coyote is still there. This will be an alpha, actually. I already know that it is. But let's go ahead and draw it now. We could have our gold nuggets deal some damage, and I think that's really funny, so we're going to do it. We'll use those gold nuggets to take out some of his cards there. Now I can throw down another beehive here, or just a bee. Look, this bee is flying. The sigil is in a different place. How funny. Okay, now, what shall I do? What shall I do? I like the idea of just throwing the beehive down here to get more bees. balanced that pretty well. I think ideally I should have gotten rid of this glass jar of bones because we don't want to get another pack rat. It says, wait a moment, you must excuse me, these are not rare cards. Okay, corpse maggots is the one that I was looking at before that I thought could potentially be useful. And I think it is, and it's an insect. We don't get a clover here, so we'll just take that. And now how many bones cards do we have, actually? It may become a problem. We will see. We have now entered the wetlands. So many totems, the woodcarver has been busy. Okay, I have just the 2 corpse maggots and alpha. And I think those are fine. Okay, now look here. See, we would get another pack rat if we go here. Which we don't want to do. And in fact, I think we want this sacrifice stone, so we are going to find our way over here. And we will select something that will exit our deck permanently. The flying ant is good. I think we will get rid of one of our skunks, and we will collect another flying ant. It makes our totem a bit redundant. We have nothing with worthy sacrifice, so we will just take this ant. And moving forward, we will... Oh, I didn't realize Goobert was the other option. Goobert is goated. Shall we get rid of this skunk then? I think that is the correct answer. We do not need 2 skunks. And now we will start our battles with 1 additional bone. If we had something with worthy sacrifice, I believe we would start with 3 or 4. I think 4. We can make our decision here about whether we want to Goobert or sacrifice. We have nothing incredible that we would want to Goobert anyway, at least at this point. Okay, we have a strong starting hand. Let's throw down this beehive and get to work on our insect economy. Now then, we have the bee, of course, which is excellent. And I don't believe flying enemies hit flying enemies. I don't think that's how it works, but maybe it is. If that is the case, we will just be out of luck. Because what I'm going to do is lay down a squirrel to play a mantis here, and then a bee here. And we'll see if this does... No, it just goes right over the top. That's sort of like I expected it to. We have no way to block these guys right now, which is quite bad, I feel, but we will persevere. We can get a tooth here and play our pack rat, which I think is going to be a good idea. Put our bee here and our pack rat here to take out those fellas. We got another pliers right back. Too funny. Oh, do you know these will actually come down and we will take 6 damage. So we will be dealing 3, which puts us 1 above margin. Luckily. Oh, do you know what? I wasn't looking at the mantis properly. That would deal 2 damage. 2, 3, 4. So we will deal 4 damage but take 6, which puts us at a -2, as far as I can tell. Oh, we will take 9 damage, not 6 damage. Oof. Well, that miscalculation lost us this game. Or at least this hand. So we will not have the smoke going into our boss fight. Now, I'm not seeing anything that's Goobert worthy. River otter, rattler, mantis. I think we take a second mantis. And we can put this onto something that has higher attack, or we could put our pack rat onto something good. I think sigils onto the ant queen may also get transferred, but I'm not certain about that. We could put our corpse maggot's sigil onto something that has higher cost, something like the ant queen. I think that may be the right call here. Having something deal damage in 2 directions is great, but unless we can get our ants out there, it won't behoove us to have them be those answers. Okay, then we have a battle here. We could get an item here or a campfire. I think we will end up going for the campfire, unless we just really run into trouble with these items. Okay, our mantis is going to be potentially the only card that we need. So let's run it. See a couple of adders here, which are not great for us. I think we pop these bones and drop in the alpha. Oh, I have to draw a card first. Which do I want? I suppose that's the one. It's good enough for me. Let's do this here. We'll end up doing 4 damage in the air before these guys come down, and we'll take out this rattler, which hopefully will not kill us. Now, 4 damage. Is that enough to make us win? Oh no, it is. Well, that's fine. Maybe we do go to the item instead. I'm just thinking about min-maxing here, and ultimately, I'm not sure that it matters, so for right now, I think we just let this battle conclude. I suppose there is no downside in getting rid of that pliers, except that we won't have it for the next fight. We have taken too many cards. Our deck is huge. At this point, I think I want something beefier, something that can actually hit the enemy. The Undying Cat sacrificing the poor beast does not kill it. It's fine. When a card bearing the sigil dies, 4 bones are awarded instead of 1. These are pretty bad. But I think we take another cockroach here. The Undying Sigil is just that good. Do we have anything poisonous? We don't. We can try to feed them this skunk, would be good. Or we can try to buff our mantis. If it's attack damage, I think we'll buff a mantis once. If it is defense, I think we'll buff this skunk till it takes or it disappears. Oh, there's a mycologist right here, though. It's guaranteed that we would be able to combine these two, or these two. We don't have a sacrifice stone between those two, though. I wonder if putting this bifurcated strike sigil onto a flying ant is better than... Oh, do you know what? I would want to combine these mantises anyway, because this attack from ants does not increase when those two are put together, so let's go and get toasty. Come on, attack damage. Ah, it is health. Well, have this skunk, I say, and I hope that you eat it. Fabulous. Okay, so, oh, we get to keep the bones. Too funny. Alright, we have a totem battle, and we are on our way to the mycologist. We have some bones, which is good because we have a cockroach we might want to get rid of. Alright, we have our beehive. These are both flying creatures, so they will not be able to trigger our beehive, unfortunately. that sigil is the best in the game. We shall see if it is helpful to us. Alright, let's put our duplicate mantises down so we can have a 2-2 bifurcated strike mantis, which will be flying, so that will deal 4 damage off the rip every time, which is great. We have the chance to give it one more attack as well. It is a health fire. Is there anything we're interested in making it tankier here? Potentially the flying ant, but it would not make both of them stronger. It would only make one of them stronger. I'm thinking now I could put the mantis and have it be a 2-4, which means it could take one hit from a wolf, which is helpful. And I will pull it away. So that is probably now our win condition card, is that bifurcated mantis. Ideal situation is we get to put the field mouse sigil on it. I don't know why I can't think of what that is right now. Okay, we have a flying ant we can send out. And so we shall. I don't think he pulls on the first turn. He pulls on the second, so we will. He only wants fresh fish, so we will give him this fish, as fresh as it gets. And he now has a squirrel on his side, which is great for us. Okay, I think we just win here, actually, so let's pop these vagabonds. Drop our alpha right here, and our mantis right here. And that will deal 6 damage in the air, busting us through to the second phase. And I should deal enough damage immediately to just end this. Maybe we replace the item that we lost, however, I think that might be our min-max play here. Frozen Possum is not that bad. Alright, easy fight. Yeah, I think the angler is the easiest fight for me. I don't know if it's the way I play or what. We could get another flying ant. Do you know the flying ant is just strictly worse than the worker ant because of our flying totem? Let's see, the sparrow is also worse. It's essentially the same as a worker ant, except it doesn't get any of the ant bonuses. You guys, I see Goobert. Oh man. I'm freaking. No, I'm really excited. Let's see if this is possible. Bloodhound. No, we're not taking a bloodhound. Let's collect our trash card here. Oh, the raven egg is cute. I like the raven egg, actually. Is it bad? Absolutely. Do I like it? You bet. Let's see. I'm thinking what I want to do. Wish I could look at the map here. I think raven egg is not good. Did I do that? Alright. We'll keep the, I wonder what the name of that card is, actually. I can't think of it. Card counter, I guess. It's one of those eldritch guys. It's Goobert time. I can't wait to see my old pal Goobert. You come across a suspicious slime. I will paint just like the master. You will paint better than the master, for you are the magnificent one. Okay, let's drop in our WinCon card here. Even if it becomes a 1-4, it's gonna be great. Let's see if he changes a sigil. 2-2. It's still perfect, Goobert. You did beautifully. option up here to sacrifice a card, which I don't want to do with a field mouse, but does make the most sense to do with a field mouse. Let's see, the other option is the flames, and that's good too. I think we can decide as we go. We may pick up a card at the cave that we don't want and could instantly sacrifice it anyway. Okay, look at that. We have a very nice initial draw. We need to put something in front of this cuckoo. Oh, but the cuckoo is stinky, isn't it? Yes, so it will lose power here. Let us then... Gosh, what do we do? I think we have to let the cuckoo come at us and drop its egg. We'll stick the mantis in front of the boulder, though, so that it does not become stinky. And what's next for us? What's next for us? Oh, I didn't need to... I could have picked up the... It doesn't really make a big difference. Alright, first fight easy. We're seeing the power of this mantis now. Of mantis, of which there are 2. Let's see, 6 health or more. Kin, what is this? I need 2 of the same kin, I think. 3 cards must have 4 attack combined. Well, they're all going to be insects. I think we want to fail this trial, if we can help it. So I think we're going with the attack power, because ants will not count toward that. Hand tentacle, that's what it's called. That's a fun way to learn the name of that. Oh, look at this. There was a mycologist over here. Still, it is not worth going to the trapper. We will have to remember to deplete our items here in this fight so that we don't pick up another pack rat accidentally. Now, we did fail that, so is there a card we want to get rid of? I mean, one of these flying ants would be fine to get rid of, but as it stands, I think we make the cards we have stronger. +1 attack power. And it could be any of them, which is actually kind of incredible. We could put 1 power on our beehive, and that would be pretty good, but of course we have to put it on the mantis. That allows us to do 6 damage over the top, turn 1, which is an instant win condition. Alright, let's remember to use our items here. At least one of them. In fact, let's use it now. Alright, that's a rabbit and a porcupine. Let's throw this mantis here, and we can get 4 damage over the top. I think I want to use this pliers as well. Oh, and that just wins the fight. So, let's do it. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, and moving right along here. I'm excited I see an insect, or a kin choice up there. Trial of Wisdom, 3 or more sigils. 2 of 3 must be kin to pass health. Well, let's see, there are 2 cards without sigils. And we need 3 sigils to do this. I think only 2 cards have 2 sigils. The odds are not great for that. Health is a bit better. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. I think we're going with the trial of health. worthy sacrifice and skink tail, so that's awesome. I usually try to fail those just because I don't want unnecessary cards in my deck, but don't need it in this case. Alright, we have these scissors and a bottled squirrel, so to my mind, probably the two best base items you can get. Alright, we got spiky birds here. Let us see. Right off the rip, do we need to pop this squirrel? I think that unfortunately we might. This vulture is going to deal 3 damage to it, which is a lot more than we can stand. So we need to get prepared here. Plus, it will replenish us an item anyway. And, oh, we get to take an extra turn. That is a way better item than a bottled squirrel. Probably. Alright, we have 3 bones here. So we can put our flying ant down. We'll put it opposite the mole, and then our cockroach here. Are we dead, though? We will deal 2. We will take 5. Oh, we're banking on our napkin math here. And we're totally fine, fully unfazed, right? No problem. Okay, this is interesting. In fact, I think it is actually just bad. We will need to use these scissors here if we want to take the smoke with us into the boss round, which, as it gets later, I'm thinking we will need. I think I would rather have the smoke than the scissors. Now, we will kill this turkey vulture. We will kill this raven. We will still take 3 damage from that wolf. However, we can put the warren in the way, so we won't take any damage, actually. Alright. Goodbye, raven. That was so raven. Oh, we got our rabbit. I forgot the rabbit is just hanging out, just like for free. Alright, our pack rat's gonna die, but it's fine. Now, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Does that generate another tail? It doesn't. It's good to know. Alright. Oh, this is not good. We have 2 bones cards. We can block 1 hit from the wolf, but it will mean that our rabbit goes by the wayside. It has no room to run. Okay, now we can get our alpha out there. Having a squirrel does nothing for us, so let's throw our alpha here and we'll deal 3 damage and take how much here? 1 damage, I suppose. Oh, actually, this is going to move, and then this alpha is going to come down and deal even more damage. We may be getting into a bad position here. I wonder if I should drop my flying ant here. I think that is, yeah, that's the correct move. So we'll deal 6 damage over the top, which is just okay. It prevents the alpha from coming down, which is actually the better thing that we're getting here. is this better? I think we prefer to have our creatures, our insects, flying, right? Maybe I should have taken the other totem just in case, but I didn't want to get confused. Confusing yourself is very common in this game. Alright, shall we increase our power? You know, if we put one additional attack onto this mantis, they're both instant win cons, so we'll take it. It's trapper time. Now, the trapper's interesting because it has these frogs. I think, in my mind, the first phase of this is actually the difficult one. The second phase is, like, very, very whatever. Okay, this is super dope. Let's see what we want to do here. I can throw down the beehive and the mantis. Because really, I just want to get these traps taken care of. So let us do that. Put our beehive here, I guess. And our mantis here so that it will deal damage here, and then we'll get caught in the leaping trap. Oh, I forgot the trap only destroys things across from it. That is actually quite helpful to know. So let's see, does 3 drop this into the next? Oh, it does. Okay. I hope that we're still fine. We shall see. I think we end up just triggering this. Let's see. I attack this frog, it turns into a trap. This attacks me, nothing happens. That attacks that, we get another bee. I'm trying to game out what this looks like for us. How interesting, the mantis did not attack what was on that side. Gives me 1 wolf pelt, very generous of him. Now there is nothing that has, oh, this has flying blockers, so we want to get that out of there. I'm thinking we'll grab this. Sorry, I know I'm sniffing a lot. I'm very excited. Alright, let's drop these 2 here. The bee will come back to us. We get a worker ant out of it, so we'll drop the bee down. So we can put our new worker ant here, and then another bee for the flying ant. And voila, we're dealing. How much damage is this? Let's see, it's 9 and 6. So 15 damage this turn. So we should get 10 teeth out of that. Pretty good. Ants really lined up well for us that time. I didn't expect for the trap to kill the thing across rather than the thing that hit it. I think that's the difference between the rattler and the other thing, which I can't recall what it is right now. The black goat is bad for us at this point. I guess we'd rather have the kingfisher. Because we know we don't have any high cost cards and we're going into the final boss here. Okay, now, interestingly, we could put our cockroach onto one of these mantises, and I think that's exactly what we should do. might be to put like field mice onto it. What is this sigil called? Fecundity. That's it. But that only gets us one more of it. Granted, it is one we can use the same turn, but regardless. Okay. Let's get to sacrificing. We should sacrifice a cockroach just so that it's not in our deck. We don't want more cockroaches. And we'll put it onto our big bad mantis here. That should ensure that we have that throughout the duration of this fight, no matter what comes our way. It also helps us thin our deck a little, which is great. We get 3 phases here. Hey, since when does Leshy have a skull hand? I didn't notice that before. Okay, we got our beehive right out front, which is awesome. Do we want to take the time to try and get our economy going off the rip? I don't think we do. No. So I think we let the mole man come in and block there. And just let it do its thing. He's gonna turn one of my critters to gold on this next turn, which is not ideal for us, but could be worse. Let's see. Whatever it is, we'll want it in the second position. Shall we make use of the beehive? Oh, the warren now. I wonder how the warren works with this. I'm pretty sure when the beehive gets turned into gold, we just get to have a grand old time. Yeah, comes right back to us. This mantis is gonna help us clear those nuggets out. We've got amalgams on the way, which is bad news bears. For all you sports fans out there. Luckily, they'll attack left or right, so we only have to block the first amalgam. And I think we ought to do so with the beehive. So that we can get our economy back up and going. He's going to pull that nugget if it doesn't die, but it does die. Now we're facing 6 damage this turn. Unless we do something drastic here. So let's do something drastic. Alright, let's see. And this guy's gonna take whatever I don't use, I believe, so could be a bee, could be anything. Ideally it's this beehive, so see if we can remember to put that down last. Alright, I'm still like trying desperately to think of how we need to do this. Right there. That's gonna jump out of the way, so we'll put something to the left of that, which will be okay. Let's see, do we put this alpha to the right of that? I think so. We can put our beehive. Beehive goes down last. I have to remember that. Alright, let's go ahead and throw the alpha here. And then the bee here. And the... Oh, do you know, I wasn't thinking properly, was I? Because I have to sacrifice something for this beehive. So something will always go down after it. Perhaps I ought to throw the rabbit there then. Shall I throw the rabbit here? I think I will, and we will, in fact, sacrifice it for a beehive. So we'll grab that if it doesn't die, maybe even before it dies. That's fine by me. It's actually probably better that he does it before it dies. Now we can drop these here, put our field mice down. And put our bee back, and we'll get another bee from my very own beehive here. We'll be dealing enough damage over the top that won't matter, but we do still get our bee. Oh, and our beehive back. I didn't consider that. Oh, I thought we would do more damage over the top. We did not. Ruh-roh. Well, it could certainly be worse. Look at this. We have acquired our mantis. Our beautiful, beautiful mantis. Do I just go ahead and kill this field mice to get it out there? I think I will. And, yeah, that deals 8 damage now over the top. So as long as he doesn't have any flying blockers in the way, we should be alright. Yeah, I mean, we get this turn 1 now each time. And the last phase, let's see. It's moon time, baby. Now, interestingly, this moon is not, well, what I mean to say, this mantis is not our undying mantis. Oh, but this is. How funny. Well, we have all the time in the world. Let's go ahead and use this. He'll pass us next turn. I'm going to sack these to get my pack rat out. We'll throw another bee down just because we can. And then he passes. So it's our turn again. This does 3 damage. Oh, it will do 4 because that bee comes back to our hand. That's more than a single mantis would do, so put it there, and we'll actually go ahead and take that squirrel so that we get more damage onto that guy. We only took 1 damage there. Now, just for the sake of artistry, we're gonna put our cards on the board that helped us win this. That's the pack rat, the 2 mantises in the beehive. And he says, finish it. Ant Queen, a good mention, but ultimately unnecessary. We had quite a lot of bones there, a lot of sacrificing. Alright, gang, easy peasy. 8 misplaced, that's single digits, so feel good about that. 60 sacrifices made. Not bad. Okay, so that's victory. We have completed all the challenges and have used all the decks, so we should unlock something here. Entry number 5, I'm addicted to Leshy's Inscryption, same girl. It's far from perfect though, some really unbalanced stuff in here to be honest. I have my Ouroboros up to over 100 thanks to the stupidly broken Fecundity Sigil combo. I decided that I'm going to work on making this balanced, and maybe a bit of an actual challenge. I'm making a mod. I wonder what Leshy will think. This gives me chills, dude. This is like such... It's so good. It's meta. Dan Mullins really knows how to put a game together. Let's see. We've unlocked the Mealworm card, which is fine. And we have unlocked the Mantis God